Welcome to Brawlhalla.
You see Santy with that Asuri pick and Ethan on the Hattori. Who do you think here has one of the cleanest swords between the two right now, AJ?
I honestly don't know. I really can't put my judgment onto that. I know Santy's really good with that Azuri and his guitars. It seems like Ethan's been very favoriting that sword compared to Santy. So if we're talking about favoritism towards weapons, that would go more towards, I would say, Ethan. But they're both really good players. I think this would be one of the matches that we'll be able to see on stream that's really going to determine who has like the better sword here. They're both playing Sword Legends and they're keeping up pretty evenly. Santy seems to be doing some damage though to Ethan with that sword, making Ethan go over to that spear. So we'll have to see. By the way, shout out to Silly Gobi coming with the raid party of 17. Welcome, guys. Hope you guys had a fantastic stream. Gobi, I appreciate the raid, brother. Hope you had a good time here, and hopefully you enjoyed this winter finals matchup between Santy and Ethan. And that recovery by Santy, launching Ethan into the air. And this might lead into a knockout by Santy onto Ethan. And that is what happens. Santy knocks out Ethan with an amazing sword combo. And that's going to go and lead into our Ethan's second stock here.
Indeed, a very good effort from Ethan, but Santy just trying to really show that spacing and the competency with the sword. But he is going to be switching over to the guitars. We're not going to sleep on those for sure. Finding the double recovery there, trying to rack a lot more damage and make as much use of this first stock as he can. But Ethan finding two nairs that gravity cancel neutralite after the weapon toss. A really good follow-up as well from him, trying to find a downlight into Dare, and another Dare off the stage for the Gimp. Wonderful play from Ethan.
Yeah, and right now we got currently Santy's going a little bit crazy on Ethan, having the half stock lead, and that's going to be a very big advantage for Santy. Ethan just trying to find some type of way of racking up the damage onto Santy. We've seen him all do really, really well, but I think in this current scenario, we just have Ethan having a hard time racking up the damage. It doesn't seem like he's having that much of a hard time right now. Rocking Santy into the red, their second stock, laying that in there, and leading into that Dare, and Dare by Santy. Weapon throw by Ethan. They're going to go ahead and lead into a possible knockout option by Santy. Santy lands that Sarah, launches Ethan off the edge, gets that Silite, and that's going to go and lead into a ground pound. But Ethan's Nair leading into a combo on platform, and that off-edge signature knockout, giving a stock off of Santy. Very clean, very effective, and that was a really good knockout.
Indeed, really utilizing that platform. Again, these platform maps can be very typically annoying for most players. I myself definitely don't find a lot of fun in it, but for those who are really good at the game, who are able to really use it as a mix-up for movement, for extending combos, as you can see from Ethan, he definitely is showing that as well as his down air into nairs and the side airs, just trying to hit Santy as much as he can, bullying him with his sword, but Santy finally finds a side air of his own to close that stock onto Ethan. Really good plays coming from Santy.
Yeah, they seem to be doing, like, seems like Santy is having a rough time against Ethan now. It seems like Ethan's starting to realize what is really going on here. And actually, Santy started to come back here as well, knocking Ethan to the orange. But Ethan with that sword combo on the Santy, leading into a sword combo, neutral signature on the Santy. And Ethan takes that first point to their name. Very nice job. And that's going to go lead us into round 2 with Ethan with a point to their name. It seems like the community challenge has ended. People have put 30,000 channel points towards a sneak peek into maybe a little bit into the April series that we're doing. I haven't said a name of it yet. I'm just going to put this there. We'll see how it looks. Let me see if this will actually look good if I pop it up on screen. Let me see where I could take Alice, but we'll go and show you guys a sneak peek here in a bit.
We do have Santy making a switch from the Asuri to the Val, and Ethan sticking onto the Hattori. We do see that gauntlet switch. Again, shared weapons between the two legends, but we do see the swords. Again, that's shared, but he is going to be switching out that spear for those. I forgot the weapon matchups myself right now, but he is going to be holding onto those gauntlets. He's going to try to do what he can with them, and as you can see already, he is able to get Ethan into the red, but Is he going to be able to find a kill from here? Backstepping into a downlight, but it wasn't able to connect. Trying to find a read with that signature, but it isn't going to connect either, making it a little bit difficult. But finally, a downlight into recovery connects for Santy, and he's able to only be in the yellow, holding onto a stock advantage. Now we see here Ethan having a little bit of difficulties trying to find some of those hits himself, trying to connect something with the sword here, but Santy doing very well to reposition himself, but I spoke too soon, turning around, finding that gravity cancel downlight into that side air earlier. Very good use, of course, of the downlight. Very, very common combo starter, but of course to extend those combos and to possibly find these gimps off stage, he's going to be using it to his advantage, finding that downlight that can then lead into that down air, which is going to be taking first stock from Santy. Santy now arming himself with the sword. Sword versus sword here. We're going to see what they can do. Santy using that dash off of the platform, extending into that side air, but Ethan is going to be doing his best here to really keep that damage lead onto Ethan, applying as much pressure as he possibly can. And of course, I've talked about this before, that kind of synergy of weapons and signatures. Val has very good signatures that can lead off of sidelight, lead off of downlight on the sword. So it's going to be very interesting to see what he can pull off here, especially on Ethan with Hattori's neutral sig that typically comes from the downlight. But a downlight into cider from Santy is going to be yielding that second stock from Ethan, and he is now going to be only in the red, but with a stock lead advantage, trying to protect that weapon from Ethan, doing very, very well to extend the combos and possibly find this gimp off the stage.
Yeah, and with right now with Santy having that whole one stock lead, it's going to be something Ethan has to go ahead and remove right now if he wants to go ahead and win this round. But I mean, honestly, I like to see, I like how Santy has come almost with a rebuttal against what Ethan's really throwing at them. You know what I mean? Being able to read last round and being able to understand what the issue was, and starting to really acknowledge it and start to really approach that option is a very smart move coming out of Santy. It seems like Santy has been doing pretty well right now with those gauntlets. Gets that recovery onto Ethan, and that's going to go ahead and lead into a possible knockout by Santy. It really depends on what Ethan does right here. Misses that gravity cancel neutral, which allows for Santy to go ahead and do that recovery knockout and knock out Ethan's last stock. So Santy going ahead and getting another point, or giving their first point to their name. And with that being said, let's go ahead and give you guys a little bit of a sneak peek of what we're going to be releasing upcoming. I don't know how this is going to really look. Apologies if it looks bad. That is the sneak peek in regards with what we are going to be doing in April. I can't say too much yet. It looks pretty, it's a really, really dope thing that we're trying to incorporate. But that is a sneak peek that you guys went ahead and put your challenge towards. But yeah, in regarding the things that we're doing in April for tournaments. Of course, not everyone's getting a little bit awkward, but we'll go through that again a little bit later. With that being said, we're into round 3. For fuck's sake. And let's see how these players really do.
Santy's going to be holding on to that Val pick, and we do see again Ethan on that Hattori. It looks like the gauntlets are working very well for him instead of the guitars on the Asuri pick, and it looks like right now also his sword is slowly but surely picking up that momentum. But switching over to the spear, you can see here too that Ethan is doing a very good job trying to hold on to his spacing, hold on to his ground. But as you can see, Ethan trying to be a little bit frisky, sliding off the stage with those signatures, trying to also find some kind of way to close the stock right now onto Ethan, and Santy trying to go for the Mafia startup with that gravity cancel downlight chase dodge recovery, but it isn't going to be connecting for him, and it looks like that ground pound coming in from Ethan, a little bit too aggressive, but it isn't going to be a well-placed one, and instead, that downlight into recovery did not kill just yet. Both players now into the deep red. Who is going to be able to find that first hit? Santy finding that side air. And then the weapon toss to close the stock. Really good play coming in from Santy.
Yeah, very nice job coming out of Santy there. Right now, Ethan does have that spear, and we've seen a lot of really good spear combos coming out of them. But however, they're going to be going for stuff like Dare and Sare, and we just saw that. And the off-edge down sig knocks out Santy's first stock. Very clean, very nice read. And it's currently 2 stocks all clean. But we've seen a lot in the past with Ethan's spear going in for those side-light, down-light, Sair combos, or side-light, down-light, Greg gets a down-light, Sair, or Nair combos. So we'll have to see if they really pull that off. I think Santy's going to be expecting it a lot anyways because of how much damage it builds. But it's going to be interesting. You can see how Santy's starting to be a little bit more passive against Ethan's attack. So very smart move coming out of Santy, and Ethan's just trying to find a way of really countering that, trying to run them into different combos and stuff like that. So
For sure, for sure. And Santy also trying to change up his movements, using those dash jumps into Nair, dash jumps into Sair, trying to really reposition as he keeps his space away from the spear of Ethan. But he is going to pick up another stock on Ethan, holding on to a stock lead here, both now armed with the sword. Santy finding a double D-light into down air, but it looks like it's going to be a little bit difficult for Ethan to come back to the stage, but he's able to find that reversal, and he is going to be confirming that kill. Very nice positioning from Ethan, being very aggressive there off stage and trying to hold on to his final stock. Really interesting strings and combos coming in from Ethan as well, trying to utilize that downlight into the ground pound. Not a typical string that I've seen for quite a while, ever since sword strings. Basically every single weapon string has been a string now. A lot of these old combos used to be true, from downlight to gravity cancel, downlight Sair, and other kinds of sword
woo!
extensions.
That weapon throw.
Doing very, very good. Finding that weapon throw and getting that kill, indeed.
All right, I'm sorry, that caught me off a little bit. Like, to see like how fast that weapon throw came out and just hit Ethan to the point where he couldn't really do anything. I'm like, oh, that's gonna be a confirm. Oh, I just realized who someone in chat is. Okay, that makes sense. But anyways, going to get into round 4. Right now we got Santy with a 1-stock or 1-round lead. So Ethan has to win 2 rounds in a row to go ahead and advance into round 5. I'm sorry, into fucking grands. I'm sorry. But right now we'll have to see how it goes. Good luck to the players. And we're going into round 4. Same characters, same weapons, same colors for fuck's sake. It seems like Santy might get a little bit of advantage with that color choice as well because of Demon Island's background. So maybe it's harder to see than most colors. And of course we got Ethan with the yellows. So that stands out like a sore thumb.
For sure, for sure. That was actually something I recall Pierre mentioning with the Miami Dome picks with his teammate, I think, trying to use some colors and also certain map picks to their advantage. So it's a little bit harder for them to be seen what kind of move they're throwing out. That's a very interesting thing that you've noted, AJ, and hopefully that is possibly the big brain plays that we're going to be expecting, especially from players like Santy.
Yeah, it seems like right now Ethan's getting that good half-stock lead, but Santy's starting to remove that a little bit. Ethan with the recovery knockout with that spear and starting to do a lot better than the last round. We'll have to see what Santy can really do to go ahead and counter that. But I am rooting for Ethan here because I always like to see like best out of 5 sudden death matches, especially in winners finals. And these guys go against each other like constantly. So it's definitely like a very good treat when you come down really close down to that wire. So definitely interesting.
Yeah, I 100% agree. As much as we don't want the games to stretch out as much, of course, for the viewers, that's exactly what they want to come here for. They want to see more and more matches. They want to see more and more sets. It's always more fun to see your favorite players have at it. And as you can see here, nice double down like double recovery read. Beautiful play.
Oh my lord. Ethan right now with a 2-stock lead over Santy? Oh, sake, man. All right. Santy with that Sair into weapon throw misses. Recovery misses as well. That Nair lands by Ethan, involving that recovery, leading into a sidelight recovery by Santy. Misses that recovery. Ethan trying to land some type of unarmed attack on the Santy. Just the neutral light weapon throw, but Santy comes back with the ground pound knockout on Ethan's first stock. So very nice job coming out of Santy, but can he come back is the real question.
It's going to be difficult to tell as the more and more the game has been going on. It seems that Ethan's really trying to find, he's finally finding his pace, trying to get in there with the swords, finding those kind of simple combos, the simple strings, and especially the spear popping off earlier within the round. He's been doing a very, very good job here at keeping Santy at bay.
By the way, shout outs to Jetpack Zombie with the raid party. Appreciate it, guys. Welcome, welcome. But yeah, right now, Ethan with that whole one stock lead. Now, might go ahead and get them that round, and it does. We're going to game 5, baby! All right, let's see what happens. I'm hyped up for this for some reason. I don't know why. All the energy came up to the winners finals and the upcoming matches. This is such an interesting matchup to see coming out of these players going to game 5. This game will decide who goes to grands. All the other ones don't matter anymore. This one specific game. So, okay.
Santy with another change, holding on to the gauntlets, but this time he's going to be switching to the orb of Petra. Let's see what Petra can do against this Hattori. Santy being able to hold on to this lead not further, as we were able to see here, Ethan slowly but surely get those wins and bring this closer and closer to that game 5. It's going to be very, very interesting to see what is going to happen here with this Petra switch.
Yeah, and right now it seems like Ethan is reading Santy very, very well with that spear, knocking Santy into the orange. It's not even been touched once yet by the other player's weapons. Silent coming at Ethan. There's that spear coming at Santy, which means Ethan's finally been attacked, but the Silent into recovery, launching Santy into the air. Santy comes back to the platform, lands that neutral light, and right now Ethan trying to land that dare stare combo, it seems.
And the side signature from Ethan is going to be able to confirm the kill, as he's only in the deep yellow. But Santy, is this going to be the pick? Was this the play for him to be switching over to the Petra? Let's see what he can do with that orb. We've seen it before, so let's see if he can try to pop off a little bit, find those aerial strings, and control the aerial game.
Yeah, we'll have to see. It seems like Ethan's having a very big lead right now. Santy needs to go and get that first stock knockout at least before going into this here. But, I mean, right now, if Santy does not get that knockout, Ethan's going to have a whole 2-stock lead. And Santy does that, grab, gets a downlight in the ground pound knockout, allowing for Ethan to go ahead and get knocked out of that first stock 2-on-2 right now.
Doing a very good job to protect the weapon, but it looks like it's going to be a little bit harder now for Santy to really aggress, especially against Ethan on that clean stock. And it's going to be a double downlight recovery coming in from Ethan that is going to be finally killing Santy on the second way around, but he's going to find 2 neutral lights. A really good place coming in from Ethan as Santy tries to find a GC downlight but doesn't connect. He's having a little bit of difficulties here trying to find a few of these string starters, but really good reads coming in from Ethan, trying to go for that turnaround and find where Santy's going to be moving straight into the position for that gravity cancel D-light.
Yeah, and right now, Ethan has a whole stock lead. Santy's going to pop off if he wants to go to win this round or his whole set. Launches Ethan into the orange. Tries to get some type of combo going, but Ethan, what the just happened there? Ethan baiting? Did he just bait Santy down there? What the All right, well, Ethan getting a point to their name. I think Santy went a little bit too far down there, and Ethan took advantage of it, won this set. Congratulations to Ethan on getting into grand finals. Let's go ahead and check out top 8 here, and let's see what is currently going on. So we currently got Ethan into the winners side of grand finals. That means that up next on stream is going to be Costlix versus Stingray.